And welcome back, and we're talking cybersecurity now. The latest target of hackers is your smartphone, and this is a big concern because of the fact that we put so much onto these phones: photos, videos, contact information, banking information, credit card information. Some people even foolishly put their logins and passwords on their smartphones. That is not a good idea, we can tell you right off the top. But let's get more expert advice right now from a so-called ethical hacker. These people are actually certified as ethical hackers who will hack into a company's or a private person's computer to figure out whether or not it's vulnerable and to tell you how to fix those vulnerabilities. And joining us right now is Georgia Weidman. She's down in Miami right now, excuse me, where she's going to be at this Hacker Halted conference, which is a huge gathering of hundreds and hundreds of ethical hackers to discuss such issues. Thank you so much for joining us, Georgia.
Thank you for having me, Patty Ann.
So what are the main ways that a hacker could get into your smartphone?
Well, the main way that hackers attack smartphones are through the applications that you download in the App Store on your platform. When you download those, sometimes they're infected with some code that may not be too nice to your phone, may steal some of your information. Also, another way is when you jailbreak your phone, like particularly your iPhone. When you go try and jailbreak that phone, sometimes it does more than just jailbreak it. You get the privileges you want on your phone, and you get to run the applications you want, maybe for free, but sometimes it also steals your information.
Explain what jailbreaking is.
Jailbreaking is, well, Apple comes, when they send out the iPhone, it comes with specific privileges of what you can and can't do with that phone. You can't take advantage of everything that phone is capable of. But if you jailbreak it, then you can use all of its functionality. But
like you said, with the added risk. So the main ways hackers get to you, they send out these phishing emails or text messages. So let's start with that. People, we've been hearing this for years. Don't click on a suspicious email or a text, and don't download a program that comes from an unfamiliar source.
Exactly. That's true on your computers. I think we've gone a long way in getting users to understand that things that you get in your email or even a text message could be malicious. They could hurt you. They could hurt your phone. They could steal your information. This is true on the phone as well. It's the exact same thing. A smartphone is really just a little computer that goes in your pocket. It does everything your computer does, and it's vulnerable to the same sorts of attacks, definitely.
And also, don't use an unencrypted public Wi-Fi.
Yes, public Wi-Fi, the same way with your computer. If it's unencrypted, people can sniff all your traffic. That includes your usernames and passwords and anything else you're sending over the wires. Same way with your smartphones. They connect to Wi-Fi as well. It's the same sort of problem. Everything you send over your smartphone could be sniffed by an attacker. They could read all that traffic.
And you don't always know. In fact, you usually don't know when this has happened. It's described as an invisible attack.
Right, exactly. I actually at Hacker Halted showed an example of a malicious application, something that you would find on an app store on your Android or iPhone or BlackBerry platform, and it steals all your information and sends it to an attacker. And if you look, it sends it through a text message. So you look at your sent folder that shows all your text messages you've sent to your friends, and there's nothing there. It doesn't even show that it was sent.
So at this conference in Miami, the Hacker Halted conference, there's going to be 800 professionals in computer security gathered to discuss what specifically?
Well, it's a variety of topics, everything from company security baselines to smartphone attacks like I did. They're doing some things with SCADA systems, so the power grid, like how to take down the power grid, because it's actually quite vulnerable. And on the first day, someone showed how to attack all of the insulin pumps within a certain range over RFID.
Oh
so
my gosh.
Definitely, yes, it's quite scary, some of the things that researchers are able to find, though hopefully when we release this information at these conferences, the vendors will take note of this and will help make the world safer.
So that is the goal then, is that the conclusions you reach, you will present recommendations to the vendors, the people who create the smartphones and the applications, to help them to close these loopholes?
Right, exactly. I want to help the vendors make the platforms more secure, as well as educate end users about what's out there in terms of vulnerabilities and how they can protect themselves.
And again, you also work with companies, and then you provide advice to individuals, and like you're doing right now, try to spread the word about what can happen. So who is the main type of hacker? We hear about foreign governments, we hear about just identity thieves. What's the profile of a hacker?
Well, it depends. There's good hackers and bad hackers. A bad hacker would be someone in a crime ring or in a foreign government who's maliciously trying to steal data from others or a country to hurt them, to help in a war. But what I do, actually, I'm more on the good side, an ethical hacker. So we're people who do the same sorts of attacks, but instead of using this information against people, we're actually hired to do so and, provide a report at the end, and then people can close all their vulnerabilities, fix these problems before someone malicious takes advantage of them.
All right. Well, Hacker Halted conference taking place in Miami. Lots of brain power coming from that conference. Georgia Weidman, thank you so much for joining us. Best of luck.
Thank you for having me.